Guys, welcome back to UK Highland Photography here on YouTube. I'm Strober and I'm your host. Now, today we're going to be talking about what we can do to prevent red eye from happening within our photographs. Now, if you've watched the previous video, you will understand that red eye happens because we are basically illuminating the blood vessels within the eyes of a subject. So here's a diagram here. As you can see, our retina contains blood vessels, and basically it is the light, okay, from a pop-up flash that illuminates these blood vessels and reflects it back into our camera. Now, there's one thing I didn't mention to you guys about red eye, and that was that it only really happens with pop-up flashes, okay? And let me explain this. If you stand in front of a mirror, okay, and you pop up your flash and you take a photograph of yourself in front of the mirror, okay, what happens is that the light leaves the DSLR, hits the mirror and reflects back. So your final photograph is basically you, but you can't see your face because it's just a flash in front of you. Now, that's the same principle with regards to red eye, because what happens is you take a photograph of your subject, the light comes out, hits your subject's eyes, because their pupils are wide, okay, the light enters their pupil, as you can see here in the diagram, it enters the pupil, the light bounces back from that pupil, comes into your DSLR, and that is why you get red eye. So as photographers, what can we do to prevent red eye from happening in the first place? There's two things we can do, okay, to prevent red eye from happening in the first place. And the first one is actually quite simple. If you're using a pop-up flash, simply go into the menu system of your DSLR, highlight down to your flash mode and simply select red eye reduction. Now, what this mode does, what red eye reduction mode does, is it will fire out two flashes. The first flash will leave the DSLR, it will hit your subject right in their pupils. Automatically their pupils is going to be like, whoa, that is far too much light for me to handle, and automatically their pupils is going to shrink. Now, when pupils shrink, or irises shrink, you do not get red eye. So that is why the first flash fires in order to shrink them pupils or irises, and then the main flash will go off and illuminate your subject, and the final result is you have a photograph that has no red eye, which is quite cool, really. Now, the second thing we can do as photographers is to change the angle of the flash. So here I've got a speed light. If we install a speed light onto the camera, and then if we point the subject and take a photograph, what we've done now is we've changed the angle that the light is going to be reflecting off our subject's iris. And if you have a look at the diagram here, you will see that the angle has been changed, and no longer is the flash being bounced back, but instead is attacking the iris from an angle. And because of this is another reason why we don't get red eye. So it's another solution to preventing how red eye does happen in the first place. Right guys, so basically there's the end of my video with regards to how we as photographers can prevent red eye from happening in the first place. Remember to subscribe to the channel and check out the online shop over at www.ukhighland.com when you get the time.